Evening all, how are we doing? Happy Wednesday! We're here, we're back. Oh, that did not go well. That did not go well at all. Oh, that's better. My ear folded when I pulled my glasses off and it was all folded up inside my headphones. That's not good. Oh dear me. How's everybody's week going anyway? We're having a good one. It's been rather blooming warm here. It's been rather blooming warm over pretty much all of Europe, to be honest. But, yeah, it's been sweaty AF the last couple of days, and I've had a mixture of tiredness and an ongoing injury that has meant that I really wasn't up for doing all of those things together and stuff. So, yeah, the stream, I closed the windows and stuff. So, you know, the rest of the street doesn't have to listen to me ramble on. And, yeah, obviously it gets very, very hot in here as a result of that. So, especially during heat waves and the like, so I felt it was probably advisable to, you know, not deal with that shit. So, yeah, we're sort of back now. We'll see how we do. Hopefully we won't melt. I've made less effort than usual to tidy myself up, which is not really a great deal of difference, but there is technically a difference, so. As they say, technically correct is the best kind of correct. So, yeah, on that joyous note, we're going to play a little bit of Fallout. We're going to run through some challenges and stuff and engage with Meat Week and all that. And yeah, see what happens. Should be good. Evening, Feline. Evening, Jonathan. How are we doing? T4. I've got no bloody idea what that means, other than hot. 30-ish? Ish, I guess. That ballpark, I would imagine. Mind you, when it gets to that general ballpark, it doesn't really matter what the exact nuance is. It's just bloody hot, isn't it? It's actually quite a bit cooler today here, but it doesn't really feel it, partly because my house hasn't cooled yet. My house warms up very slowly, and then it cools down very slowly, which is definitely a mixed blessing if ever there was one. But none of that, of course, affects the relative humidity level, so it is what it is, isn't it? Anyway, we're doing all right. Actually, you know what? Let's do it the other way and see if there's anything good in the atomic shop. What's the temperature? It's actually been like 18 or something today, I think. Computer says it's 15 now, but I think it might be a bit warmer than that. But yeah, it's felt a lot warmer. It has been a lot warmer. I think we got to 29 at one stage the last couple of days. Yeah, all that, plus I managed to pull a muscle last week, which I then kind of ignored, didn't think much of, and spent most of the weekend on my feet. And then this week, well, ever since the weekend, I've been in the thick ton of pain, frankly, and I've got an itch. That's not good. Yeah, the pain has not been good. And finally, painkillers have started actually doing something for it, which is something, but it still sucks. Still can't frickin' walk anywhere. Oh, well, what can you do? Lots of bundles on sale at the moment. Some of them are cool, some of them are meh. There's a lot of Vault-Tec themed games and stuff here. Not too sure how I feel about any of this. It's not leaping out at me saying, buy me, buy me, buy me, I have to admit. Yeah. I think I've got the other games covered, not the Vault-Tec one, so I'm kind of okay with that. The rest of this just doesn't really appeal to me. There's a whole load of other bundles with some good stuff. There's a catch-up bundle. Well, what's the thing I don't have? One player icon. So there you go, season 6 to 9. I think I've hit rank 100 on every single season so far. So that's cool. Sawtooth bundle's an interesting one if you're into that kind of a look. It's a bit of an insane raider vibe. Some bits in there are quite cool. It's a bit blood eagly. Hang on. Random itches today, apparently. Don't know why. Wasn't a problem until I started streaming, was it? Yeah, there's some fun bits in there. And a whole bunch of stuff that I'm none too bothered about. But the field station, Park Ranger bundle's got some okay bits in it. Got nice bits and pieces down here as well. That's pretty creepy. Freebies a carry weight booster. We'll have that. I don't think I'm too bothered about any of the rest of the stuff in here. Be cool a backpack. There was a Nuka-Cola one of these not so long ago that was quite cool as well, but again, it's not really my bag. No pun intended. Anyway, we'll do the usual, and then we'll jump into Public Worlds just in time for Meat Week, I think. How's it going now? How's it going, Steve? 15 in Yorkshire. Sounds fairly similar to here. Yeah, I think about 18 today. Most of the day. Anyone raining for you, Steve? Well, it hasn't really rained here. It rained overnight last night, but it dried off very, very quickly. I had a weird night last night. I ended up going to bed at like 9 o'clock in the evening, which I'm normally go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, not 9 o'clock at night type of a person. And yeah, life just kind of caught up a little bit, and I just went, I was sitting here actually dozing off. I was like, right, sod it, I'm going to bed. Fully expecting to wake up ridiculously early, and I did. I woke up at like 4:30, I think. Getting on for 5 maybe. I think it was like getting on for 6 when I 5:30ish maybe when I got out of bed. But I had gone to bed much earlier than usual, so you know. One day my click, please. Yeah, nonetheless, I made a mostly productive day of it. I see it's lagging like an absolute bitch. It's got no fucking reason for it, because it's never lagged like this in, oh, I don't know, the last 7 fucking years or whatever it is. It's just suddenly decided it's not going to play ball. Hang on. Try kicking it, see if that works. Nope. Oh, for fuck's sake. You're a useless piece of shit, computer. You got no excuse for it. It's not like this game's got any fucking harder to run in the last 7 years. Quite the opposite. Yeah, fuck balls. That's not going to work, is it? Right, hang on. Let's just quickly check a thing. Make sure I haven't done anything really stupid. No, it's just being a useless fectard. Now it looks better. Maybe kicking it did work. No, it just does this on purpose to annoy me because, you know, that's the way the universe works. Everything exists to piss me off, basically. Yeah, that's smooth enough. If it goes tits up again, yell at me and I'll get a hammer and smash my computer bits or something. Can't break something what doesn't work already, right? Some crazy shit like that. Anyway. What have we got to do? We've got a whole bunch of challenges to do, haven't we? So, rubber, that's easy enough. Meat cook, roasted Milo meat. Oh, that was mostly meant to be a joke, but that's fine. Craft ammo, Yaguai ribs I can do. Kill a Yaguai, kill some Malmire, that's easy. Meat cook. Craft any flare at a tinker's bench. Yeah, do that. I don't really want to, but I can. Craft scrap clothing, armor, and weapons. Couple of ghoul's leg. Ghoul's leg's a bit annoying. We'll see. I might come back to that one. Protection on red brain's arm. That's definitely annoying. Drink tea. That's also annoying. Ghoul's leg it is. Eat vegetables, it's annoying, but it's easy. Modern energy weapon. Again. And produce steel. So, let's re-roll that one, because I don't fancy fucking around with that. To fetch a branch. I'm not nice enough to use a branch. Believe me, I'll use something much more unpleasant than that. Super Mutant's arm. That's actually a bit easier to hit. Drink tea. How are we doing, General? Am I selling violet flux? No, I am not. I tend not to sell any flux because I never have enough for myself. You wore food. Well, that sucks as well, but I can do it. going to do about that? Probably going to do a couple of things, actually. We're going to start off with the Algui hunt, and then we'll grab Delisod's campground. As that'll be a good easy place to just get pre-war food farming. Do you know what? It's not a good easy place to get pre-war food farming. There's a better option. But I'm here now, and it's right around the corner from the camp, so there's that. You know why I eat, don't I? Must have a lot then. If you need to craft violet flux, it's actually not that bad as these things go. For stabilizing materials, so high radiation fluids, glowing mass and hardened mass, your best bet is nuke somewhere like, probably ideally, Morgantown. Because you get a decent number of enemies there that are not unmanageable, and you can harvest them for the materials you need. Then when you're ready to harvest the actual flux, your best bet is to drop a nuke about here. So the Toxic Valley is kind of in 3 bits. You've got the front valley, and then the 2 valleys at the back. Big one, and then the little one. This little one here, that's literally sort of Hemlock Holes is the top of it, kind of. And it runs around here. It's absolutely chock full of plants that turn into violet flux. You go there with the green thumb on, you'll come out with over 200 plants, which amounts to about 20 flux. Plus, 10. So that's the best way to get it yourself. A little pain in the butt, of course, but... It's the best way to do it. Beyond that, if in doubt, another good bet is to take a look at the wiki. Because if you look at flux on the wiki, there's a lot of helpful articles on the wiki in general, but one is particularly, or those ones I should say, there's several of them that contribute, are particularly effective. Particularly helpful. Where are you off, my pedigree chum? There we are. Sorted. Nice. I'll set that up to farm me a load of pre-war food. Yeah, my back's fine, Steve. It's my leg that's the problem right now. Actually, I do need that, don't I? Resources, that works for me. Pre-war food. What's a good bet for pre-war food? That'll be you then, wouldn't it? Only build one. Well, this is going to be an ongoing mission, probably, then. Right. Cook Yalgo ribs. Do that before they break down, so we have to be camp and do that. A fan going under the desk there, and that is really quite pleasant. The rest of the room's quite warm and sweaty, but under the desk is quite nice. It's blowing right on my shorts. It's cooling my legs quite nicely. You've got to be fucking kidding. Need another bastard Yaogwai. Where's a good place to find another bloody Yaogwai? Back up there. There's probably at least one deader up there that I've missed. Yeah. Oh, yes. Good day in the tennis today. Mostly. 2 out of 3. Can't say fairer than that. The Mistress of Mystery, rather, questline. Nice. Good questline, that one, from what I recall. You seem to recall having a good time with that. Many years ago now. Definitely an iconic one. Thank you. Right. How are we doing? Cool. Cook roasted mylat meat. Okay, we'll find some lurkies at some point, I don't doubt. Craft ammo. Okay, we'll do that. It's easy. Now what? Coal miners and rubber. And mylat meat. I could probably get a couple of those in the same location. I think. I'm gonna go to Grafton. Yeah, but it looks nice and cool. My back's a bit sticky. Oh, well, what can you do? So, we go, and down we go. Now then, is it frogs or is it mylurks everywhere? It's frogs. Multiple locations required then. Oh well. Good spot for rubber.
Workers are planning an illegal protest here in Grafton. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby deputize any and all armed citizens to quell this impending riot. Grafton Steel is a major contributor to my campaign, and therefore could not possibly be guilty of everything they're saying. We are the future.
There's a few good bits and pieces. Alright, so lurkies, maybe. How can you possibly be hitting me? I'm inside. Oh, you're up there. Okay. Catch any of you, island. Quite what I had in mind, but you know. I think we're a good place for Murkies would be off the top of my head. Will come back to me. Somebody's bomb shelter didn't work out so hot for him. Hiding in the cupboard in the gym. They got stuck in here and starved to death, wouldn't they?
Priority alert! Looks like those damn wolves are on the hunt again. Forest Watch has spotted multiple packs, but the Alpha's whereabouts are unknown.
Nothing, you use free legendaries. Almost free legendaries.
We need to find and kill that Alpha wolf ASAP. Take out the smaller packs and draw out that Alpha. Just make sure you bring a lot of bullets. That big Alpha is a heap of trouble.
They're all over here. Nice, that's a win. Doesn't have to go trailing all the way up to Aaron Holt or where else it ends up being. At least 3 swings were clearly on target. How very dare they? Oh well. Right. More miners. Milo meat. Miners are easy. It's the Milo bit that's me scratching my head a little bit. Great to hear about the scavenger trader. Random trader appears at camps in the forest region. Don't think so, but I know of a couple of scavenger trader types that exist in the game. At least one. It might be variations on a thing. No, I don't want much. I want to press a button and get a response. And anybody would think that was too much to fucking ask. We're the same fucking turnips who thought putting a stamina system in a game was a good idea. Did not mean to scrap that, but okay. Also not about to I'm not about to wear a baseball cap, so it probably doesn't matter too much, really. It's good. Slightly lazy I feel doing that, but hey, it works. Which is, after all, what it's all about. True to what the Hokey Cokey would have you believe. Oh yeah, I haven't got any musical. Hang on, let's just whack you on here first. Oh, I wish I had a quid for every time I clicked and fuck all happened. So my money worries will be over. There's another quid right there. Pretty sure all the NPCs in that quest line are dead, aren't they? You can find them. Makes it a bit difficult, especially if you could dig them up. 48, okay. Now, meat would be the ideal next one. Four different outfits, 5 different images. Ah, okay. We've seen a bunch of them. There's one always spawns just outside of Port Atlas as well, or often does. Why do you want to slap Nick? Nick's awesome. Legend. Preempts among synths. Wasn't what I was going for there. That's what I was going for. Right. And away we go. Didn't even get my feet wet. Nice, ticking along.
If you have supplies to trade, I can be of service. Stock up now while supplies are available.
Okay, I think we're ticking over fine. Cool. $52. Cool. Scrums may cook for the day. Is it a tinker's bench? Well, I'll think about it and do that right here. Let's move that foot. That's not good. Okay. Souvenirs, there we are. Drop them, don't I? Alright. Vegetables. This might not be a terrible idea. Get some vegetables. Grab some pre-war food, and then we'll head over. He's got a personality. He's a film noir detective. Like, God knows how many movies. Admittedly, it's the same personality as about 20 other characters, but it's still a personality. Iconic one. Sam Spade or whatever. I think it's Spade, isn't it? Bogart plays. Maltese Falcon.
Oh, it's just about time to eat.
I don't know. I think Nick's one of the better characters himself. Well, I say that I've never finished this companion quest line, but I haven't finished most of the others either. Just the ones that are inherent in picking them up, I think. Maybe Piper's. I don't think Piper's is particularly difficult. Got more corn than I intended to get, which is weird. Oh, because I needed to eat it. Okay. Yeah, I'll head back to my camp. Water via Charleston Station, I guess. Ah, he's great. It's not his. Yeah, I agree with that one. It's not his personality. Yeah, I like him. Always makes me want to watch a whole bunch of film noirs as well.
Don't face the wasteland without the proper supplies.
Kate, she's just fucking irritating. Seriously overrated character. The entire cast of Fallout New Vegas now that I think about it. Overrated characters. One. Bugger me with a fish fork. I'll be rolling that bugger. I'm not dealing with that crap at that rate. Collect ballistic ammo. Okay, that's fine. I'll do that. I feel like I actually have a chance of achieving that. Hmm. Right. Meat cook time. Yeah, okay, I just found annoying. I mean, Rose is the best character in 76. I think you'll struggle to top that, with there not really being many other characters. I mean, there are a few, but yeah, I think Rose probably is one of my favourite in 76. Still is, I think. Oh, God. Ain't me leg, it's my bloody knee. Gonna win. Yeah, I'm always tempted, to be honest. Pick her up out of, like, I want to complete the quest, well, the clearing out of their combat zone thing, but I wouldn't miss her. Never take her with me. Not sure I quite agree with the relationship to any of these places, but okay.
I can do more than just fight. But how do I show that I'm fit to be a scribe when I'm...
Nah, she talks too much. Too much shit, specifically.
Humans like prizes. Ram like meat. Bring prime meat to meat cook. Gram keep prizes. Ram spend all year trading for great meat week prizes. Lots to give out. Bring prime meat if human want it. Fair trade.
Speaking of fair trade, has he got anything good on? Black domestic fables, okay. I wouldn't say that's good exactly, but I don't have it, so. A whole bunch of people just standing around doing nothing. This is helpful as always.
Gram only need meat, but humans eat not meat too. Gram don't know why, but understands we cook good green things from ground then, if humans can find.
One thing that does always get my goat about Meat Week, and it's a very specific thing to me, is it's fucking shite for taking pictures of. Doesn't matter whether it's like what you're trying to take a picture of, whether it's the spits or any of this stuff or drums or all of this. Just looks shit when you take pictures of it.
Meat cooking pot. Stop meat fires, but not just meat. Need wood, need greens.
He's got the axolotl
okay.
flag, huh?
Want meat too.
Curious where that one comes from.
What is meat cook? With no
Stinky
meat
teammate.
to cook?
That's a good one.
Think about it. Gram decide to meat cook in tall grass. Want meat cook
Yeah, I
close
tend to
nature.
ignore
Gram
Mama
not.
Murphy quite a lot as well. I think I might have persuaded her to kick the chems once, but that's about it.
Fire if it hurt grass. Bad fire. Time to start meat cook.
Watch out for the stinky piles.
humans get
Easy.
sick if eat dirty meat. Charlie makes lots of dirty piles, so watch out. Humans
It's the second one I've done
keep meat cooked clean.
today, actually.
Don't want sick
71, ticking over nicely.
meat. Perfect meat cook.
One more
job,
flies, I think I already
humans.
knew that one.
Time for prizes. Time for meat.
Off we go. Four minutes and I can go back to being antisocial. That's the way we like it. Evening, Emricatio. Went away, not too bad. Not too shabby. How's it going, Ryan? Yeah, that sort of thing is safest place to look, I think, Ryan. Kind of curious if I can solo it, actually. Being my usual antisocial self. Captain Lunker. Yeah, it's a good one. It's definitely the big flex, yeah. Well, I'm more concerned about finding things that are fun and suit the way I play the game, really. Which, easier said than done. Ada? Ada's not bad. Seem to grow Piper's fairly okay with you doing some fairly questionable stuff. Within reason. Also, I just don't use companions. I played through a survival mode save, and they were really a nightmare in that. And since then, I've never had any desire to go back and play with companions again. Okay, so what's next? Ballistic ammo, ghoul leg, sleeping mutant's arms, model laser weapons. So, ballistic ammo. Let's craft a bunch more of that because apparently, you know. Energy weapon. Take that one because I can easily mod it. It's going to be a heck of an amount of work and a decision if I decide to use that thing again. With the perk changes that we now have in place. Or will have come September anyway. A few people moaning about those. Mostly short-sightedly. One or two have good points, but most don't, as usual. All legs, super mutant arms. Well, super mutants on the way. And Curio to a death. That's just mean. Curio's are fairly adorable, but yeah, I mean.
Here's something.
think I got that guy's arm. A lack of horizontal swing makes this kind of annoying. Didn't get much time with Hunt for the Treasure Hunter last weekend. Got like a couple of them found, but I had a busy weekend. Good weekend, actually. May.
Let's get close, human.
It's not that one in the head. Not the plan, but hey. Yeah, concerned that fella's arm wasn't going to count for a minute. Yep. As they happen over, but then I kind of half changed my mind halfway through. Killed himself. Ah, excellent. Something to worry about. Now what do I need? Ghoul legs, okay. Winner. Yeah, I have kind of struggled a bit, unfortunately, with some of Bethesda's companions in recent years. There's a couple of them I thought were alright in Fallout 4. That was about as far as we got. Hancock, actually kind of like Piper. And I'm sure there's somebody else I thought was alright as well. Nick. But apart from basically those. And the ones in Starfield to be a little frustrating. Or not the most interesting bunch. I need ghoul legs, don't I? Come on, both of you lost your legs, that counts. One. No, fuck you. Fucking hate these crippling challenges. They're just such shite. They have said before, but they're just going to rip the challenges out and come up with a new challenge system. Instead of changing the scoreboards, to change the bit that actually sucked. Fucking dealing with that. It's just not worth the hassle. Snallies, that's also not worth the hassle, but at least it's less irritating. Come on, let's go do that. It's going to pee me off less. Rip through these challenges though, since I skipped the really annoying ones. Which I can live with. Some asbestos. We want the glowing meat, but the rest of it's not bad. Need a bit of scrapping, apparently. Sarah's quest I thought was good. Mind you, Androsia's wasn't bad either, but as a character, yeah, she wasn't very interesting. She had the potential, but you know, it just didn't work out being that interesting. And Androsia, played through hers as well. I thought she was kind of boring, to be honest. Considering she had the potential to be interesting, she's just a bit annoying. Yeah, I wasn't very impressed with Androsia. Well, it was somewhat interesting, but again, I wasn't in a rush to spend time with the character. And again, Sam Coe had the potential to be interesting, but kind of wasn't. Disappointing, really. There were a few good characters, but yeah, it's far more interesting to go solo for most of. Most of the game. What was the robot? Lasco. Lasco was cool. And I think I read somewhere that you can actually recruit Kaiser if you go the right way as well. It would be quite fun. But they take up a lot of room and they're kind of noisy. It can be an issue. But it's not the worst. Boone. Oh, God, no. Miserable cunt. He really summarises everything that's fucking awful about New Vegas for me, Boone. Miserable cunt who has never had a nice moment in his entire existence. And yes, I'm standing by every word of that. He's a microcosm for everything that is shit about New Vegas. Oop, I missed my turning. Edie was great, but then Edie doesn't say anything. That's probably not exactly a ringing endorsement either, in a way. No, I did not like him. Armor or weapons. I don't actually need very much, really. I don't want to get body franks. Kind of hate body franks. Where else would be a good place to clean out for some armor and weapons that won't disappoint the crap out of me? I haven't been to in a while. Body franks is kind of easy, isn't it? It's right there. Yeah, at least I know to drop stuff there. Probably. Do I have a vintage water cooler and the barbed wire plan? I've got a vintage water cooler. I'm not sure which barbed wire plan you mean, Stephen. There's the chain link fences, which they're atomic shop. Beyond that, not sure. Bonk. Boone should do himself and the rest of us a favour and commit the suicide he's so keen to clearly commit. He's exceedingly one-dimensional and boring. Like, actually, way more of the characters in New Vegas than people seem to remember. I'm behind a wall, dude. I know it's only a thin wooden one, but that's not the point. Nice. All right. Oops, excuse me. I don't have it available to sell, I don't think, Stephen. I've got one. I don't have the plan. Sorry. Misunderstood you there, I think. If I had one, it would be in my vendor. Mind you, I tend to avoid socialising, so probably not much point in me having a vendor, really. Have a look. What have I got? Yeah, nothing particularly exciting really there at the moment. There's a few unique bits and pieces there, but a few other bits I need to add, but not that one, unfortunately. Well, he's gone past the point of having baggage, and he's just one-dimensional, like most of the other characters in New Vegas. They have one stick, and that's the thing they just keep... Well, one drum, perhaps, might be a better way of putting it, and they just keep on banging it. Apparently, because it's miserable, people think that's mature and good writing, but, needless to say, that ain't the case. Mind you, Cass had the potential to be very interesting, but again, she ended up being a one-trick pony thing. In the much the same way Boone does, but slightly different. And Veronica, I seem to remember being slightly less annoying, but I don't really remember too much about her either. So, for Fisherman's Rest. Edie obviously doesn't say much at all, and I can't think I ever took any other companions. I feel like there was another one I took at one stage, but I can't remember. Only 40,000 caps. It used to be 30,000. And I have no idea. Back in the good old days, your stash box had a limit of £400. Back in my day. Old man yells at Cloud. Yeah, they have been bumped up. Axolotls are in a couple of places, and I may have done a little video on the topic today. But in short, it is, spoiler alert, Ash Heap and Forest. That's what I'm thinking of. My brain's not computing. There we go.
I see you've answered my summons. Aye, that I do. I'm in dire need of it. The art of fishing is one that is long lost, but greatly needed now more than ever. I need you to go fishing for me. You can keep whatever you catch. Your actions carry quite a bit of weight out here. I'm hoping that when others see you out there fighting the waves, they'll join in and help preserve this ancient art.
Where should I cast my
Some fishermen
line,
tell of an
really,
old
not rod?
crashed sky plane near Hemlock Holes. Say there's a crater there filled with water, toxic water. Not sure if there be fish in those waters.
I'll have to find out
After
then.
ye best the beasts of the deep, be sure to mark your catches in my fishing ledger. Watch yourself out there. Do you have the fish I asked you to catch?
I took 3 freaking steps. I didn't even make it off your fucking deck. Calm down, dude. What would be a weird place to fish? I mean, I could go over there. Fancy it, it's kind of annoying. There. Nice. Speaking of Series X's and stuff, one thing I have noticed, and I know the price is going to be bloody high, but I think people seem to be overlooking for whatever reason. I think the Xbox handheld, when it comes out, is probably going to be the most comprehensive of them that's currently available. I don't know if you can get like Game Pass and all the Xbox software on other handhelds or not, though. This is the big question. PlayStation's a non-starter anyway, because they're helpful like that. But I haven't done a thing. But yeah, Steam and Xbox will both be on. Steam and Game Pass rather will both be available on the Xbox handheld. I think I really want to stand in there. Maybe standing in there anyway, but yeah. Do I have grilled fish on me? No, apparently I didn't. Soon correct that though, won't I? Yeah, I'm a little low on salt, so I might have to do a salt and bait run at some point. Remember where all the salt locations were. Quite as effective as toxic goo, but still. Did I actually use the fish? I can't remember. No, I didn't. Off we go. Feel like my rods are going slower than it used to. Yeah, it depends whether they'll do repairs as well and whether or not they're breakable. That is a good point. Fuck off, you ugly bitch. Oh, come on! I tend to say something very obscene about his ability to throw then. But it was perhaps a little beyond the limit of what unkindness is okay. Even about video game characters. So I won't. So where's a good dipstick? Serviceable or replaceable thumbsticks would be okay as well, and buttons. You can fix it, basically. There's no one on Bandit with a bag of shopping. Yeah, that's not bad. Evening grey. I was thinking worse than that and all, for sure, but anyway. Achoo. Oh, you come in with a handful of grass or something there, Guy? Set me off. Actually, I've got no idea what it was. I'm in the middle of the city and I've not long... Well, over an hour and a half since I closed my window, so... Cumulative effects, maybe. Looks like it might be a sunscreen. It's a salmon. Like the yawns. Yeah, that could be it. Contagious hay fever. Hay fever, who knew it was a computer virus? Computer transmitted virus. Purpose. He does not. Like I say, I went to bed 9:30 or something last night. I was falling asleep, so. And then ended up waking up at 4 and getting up by like 5:30. Something like that. Might have dozed off again after for a while in there, but apparently hooking some reasonably rare fish with my shitty common bait and insufficiently good reel. I do the daily challenge every time I'm in, but I haven't got good enough set of gears or whatever it is to speed up the catch speed, which is what I really need in terms of rod upgrades. Not having much luck with the good drops from, or the good rewards from the dailies. Got a few camp bits which are nice, but it's all itchy. I suspect that's probably been scratched. There we go. Any goodies? I'm done waiting for that. Nope. Oh. Right. Meat cooks. The ages away. So full reel, death jaw, glowing bog lurker, purple red pole. Bunch of those will be a pain in the ass to catch unless I get upgrades, so I'm not going to rush towards that. I could have done more than that, but okay. You need to catch one more axolotl and I'll have a title there. Any good ones there that look appealing? Well, we might as well go to the forest and see if we can't catch a blood whisker and a glowing piranha. If only because I need to go there for the axolotl anyway. So, where do I feel like fishing in the forest? We go somewhere silly. Go somewhere not silly. I'm vibing over here, I think. I noticed recently that the non-nukable zone has been extended to cover both Helvetia and Susan's cabin, so you can't nuke the seasonal events.
I haven't hit rock bottom yet. Just you wait.
Fair enough. Float your boat, say, Jim.
It's hard work making a living out here.
Should get us a bit of weather. Eventually.
I'm getting so sick and tired of those thorn bushes.
We'll see much, am I, but we'll manage. See what we get.
We really need to clean up around.
Away we fish. Hopefully. Kind of wondering if I get the axolotl first time. Would have been funny. Hey, I got it second time instead. Nice. There we go. It's alright, innit?
Scorched and barrels will get you. That's will.
That wouldn't be another one, I know that much. You've yet to catch it. Second cast, yeah. Wasn't the first one, but it was the second. I suppose if you wanted to catch stuff in Nuke Weather without using a camp, you'd probably have to nuke Morgantown or something, wouldn't you? Come on, you're wasting my fucking decent bait here. I've not exactly been grinding it, to be honest, gang. Done, you know, done the dailies when they come up, and when I'm on, or when I'm in the game, and a little bit here and there. I did one weekend of where I did a few hours, but not really tried that hard. Your mother was just something and your father smells of elderberries. Fuck off or I'll have to go fishing the redneck way. Get over here, one or the other. There we are, little redneck fishing.
Come back to this area, they'll all want to be setting up places like Foundation.
I'm not annoyed, I'm bloody peed off. Or something. No, I'd be disappointed that cost me some bait because of a frickin' bee swarm though. Using improved bait to a bee swarm is not okay. Something good there? No. Kind of a piranha that I've already got. Might go launch a nuke and see if we have a bit more luck with we nuke Morgantown or something. The first saw gill. Right. Well, we'll see what happens, then I might do a lodging in it maybe. See if I can get some of these fish out of the forest. I don't know if I can really be bothered to run a whole nuke silo right now. Think something too much like hard work. Although actually I could double down and do a couple of things with it, couldn't I? Might not be a bad idea. But you do a few bits anyway. What I'm going to do... is try and remember good places to find salt, because I've not got a lot of it. I may have made a guide on this topic. Doesn't mean I can remember where the hell I suggested going. White Springs was one. There were like 5 other places. Golf Club specifically. I'm right here, you crispy motherfucker. I'm trying to do. Not quite what I was hoping, but it could have been worse. Let's take him out without causing the physics to send stuff flying all over the place. That is what I wanted to avoid happening anywhere near any salt. Well, but it could have been worse. In the herd a little bit. That's pretty much most of it here anyway. Where else do I remember seeing some? I know there was some. Rapidan Camp. Indeed. Just a bit of flesh wound growing. Very, well, let's just say the current president of the United States would be an appropriate inhabitant for the Brown House. I should have given his name. For the shit that comes out of his mouth as well.
If you notice wilting flowers, then please do let me know.
Related to that, there is quite a lot of bolts in here. to recall. I think that's most of it.
I hope that you're enjoying your stay at Rapidan Camp.
I hadn't planned to stay. I'm going to divest you of every bit of salt I can find and then move on like some kind of salt claiming locust. I'm trying to think what the sodium is. It salt? Yeah. Sodium hungry locust. I'm thinking of. Remember for a second then.
Simply awful as of late.
You sir are not wrong. How did you deal with the roach infestation? Well, I got a sword out.
Splendid this time of year.
It's probably because we only get one time a year in Appalachia.
We simply can't show wilting flowers at the flower gala. We'll be the laughing stock of the show.
That's 3 out of my 5. What other places were there that I can't remember off the top of my head now? It's going to have to come back to me. Good for salt. Been a couple of weeks and I can't remember. Somebody even commented on my salt video today. Go fight the... Torch basin, leave me alone. I don't know that I actually hit that guy. I think I just kind of rammed him with my belly and he fell over and died. Hey, whatever works, right? I think that counts, but hey. There's supposed to be more than I'm finding in here. I found 2 so far. I think there's supposed to be like 5 or 6 in here. Off! I may have been deprived. Salty goodness. I'm at least 1 or 2 short. Nope. Big pile of enough all in now. Now, where else was there? There's a couple of places higher up. Top end of the map somewhere. Bolton Greens is one, I think. Helvetia? Bolton Greens and Helvetia, that was the other 2. That was it. I remember. I feel like Helvetia is kind of my least favourite because it's quite spread out. Then we'll do a quick bait hunt. And then let's see about maybe launching a nuke and trying to catch the last couple of fish from the forest. Maybe. How's things, Tingy? Alright? Yep. In through the window. Leave me alone while I look for the salt. You don't see any salt. Rats. Got low sodium. Come for your salt. Fortunately. No dice. Yeah, not too bad, Tingy. Coping. Not quite so melty today, which is definitely an improvement. Bit tired. Not supposed to be much in here, will there? Seem very likely. Oh, key for that's alright. Really? There's someone here? That sucks. They generate salt. Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't mind that. Debating whether or not it was a little bit too advantageous, but it's on the scoreboard. I think that's all right. So here's the thing I'm not sure about. Does getting hit no longer interrupt fast travel? Or is it, oops, just because I'm a ghoul and my health is over 100%, so it doesn't register it as a dip in my health, and therefore it doesn't trigger the interruption? I don't know. Yeah, it's a little too pay to win if it's on the Atomic Shop, I think. Yeah. Need to pick up that holotape. Not trying to hurt me. You're not really very interesting. Basically just ignoring you. Pepper there that I don't want. Yeah, you can fish here. This here indoor pool. As if the outdoor pools weren't dumb enough, and they definitely are, the indoor pool is even more silly. Right, so that's that one. You don't feel like it's worth it? It is very much a convenience thing. Just feels like it does speed up the you catch things just enough that it's just slightly less annoying to wait for. I can feel the difference. I don't know if any of the other... Well, there's hooks and things like that that you can use that will speed it up as well, aren't there? Put them together, maybe. I've never once found any bait in a lunch pail or a chem cooler. Looked a good few times, but I've never once found any yet. Yeah, went about as well as I expected.
Run!
Found them in lunch pails, but not can coolers. Yeah, I was like, never found any in any of them, so I shall probably soon stop looking. Not that I look a lot anyway, but you know. I have a bit more luck down here. Not a lot. Things the only way. Peaceful anyway. Yeah, there's a couple of improved bait. Yeah, there's definitely some sucky odds. It doesn't feel like it rewards the effort put in farming bait or searching for improved bait. kind of casually do the dailies and ignore it for a while, and then eventually I'll have enough to have a bit of a crack at things.
Show must go on.
Well, hello there. Are you having fun?
Right.
Weird place for somebody to put a camp. What's that one? Okay. Weird comment. Oh shit, I missed meat cook. Oh well, whatever. Oops. 5 past. I've definitely missed any opportunity we're going to get. Didn't see it pop up. Didn't really realise what the time was. Oh well. Tis fine. Well, we've got a bit for our trouble, so kind of poking out of the sharp stick. Make a recipe. Yeah. It could be workable. Yeah, it sounds about right, Gray. What build am I using? I am a feral ghoul with a plasma cutter. No specs, primarily. Whole lot of choppy perks at the moment. Strength bonuses, armor bypass, swing speed, more damage. Poison stagger immunity that I don't think actually works. Although I'm not quite sure. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff to get extra rads on. Upgrade. Get some more damage. And more rads. Armor resistance. Slightly less damage to my limbs. Reduce damage output for targets with feral presence. A load of stuff not breaking stuff. And a little bit of extra damage in there. Lots of stuff to buff my action point regen just as far as I can get it and my sprint speed, so I basically most of the time don't have to worry too much about action points. Body mass, class freak, faulty spots. I suppose class freak's still on there, to be honest. So a little bit extra for big spots. Oh no, lots of chopping. Yeah. Oh, this is really tickly all of a sudden. I'm going to switch to more or less the same idea, but with a auto axe, because I'm going to run a silo. Oh, it really is tickly. It's very annoying. I've been enjoying it. Kind of coming up ready for a change, I think. You know, I might do a couple of quick things before we do this. But yeah, it's certainly an effective build. Switching to the auto-X is good for bosses as well. On the other hand, from the auto-X point, it is about to get a very, well, come September it'll get a very big nerf. Nearly 50%, I think. But it is stupid, so I don't blame them in the least for that. For me. Right, actually, I need to go anywhere else to do anything. Actually, I do need to go somewhere else to do some selling because I need a script machine. You in, Ancient? You right? How's things? I'm curious to see how free aiming's going to feel with assault rifles come September. It looks potentially like the changes might be pretty positive. It's the last month's one. And that's this month's. This one looks a little bit slimy. I feel like the banded one. Well, it does look a little slimy, but not as slimy. You. Alright, let's try again then. That's what I want to be. Yeah, need rip 4-star mods out of the game. Stupid idea. Fair enough. That's probably a bit more I'm going to obsess over details, I think, now, Steve. But I might start worrying about the nuance of it eventually. Not at the moment. New content. December, most likely. Threatening the largest update we've ever seen in December. I don't believe a word of it, given that that also includes Wastelanders, but it does seem to imply that at the end of the year we'll be getting a lot. I'm sure we'll get a lot of, but we're getting a lot. Yeah, well, you shouldn't be doing the raids anyway.
Approach and identify yourself.
If they're boring you, that's your own fault. Ooh, nice. Bring up the use of screws. Come on, salt what doesn't exist, dickhead.
Additional security required.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be doing it because it shouldn't be in the fucking game, Aspects. What your reason's irrelevant, you shouldn't be doing it. Nobody should. Mind you, neither the content nor the 4-star mod should be in the game. 4-star mods though are just stupid, but the content's insulting.
Scanning. Keycard detected. Proceed to the control room with your nuclear keycard and launch code to initiate.
Audio's missing, I just noticed.
Warning. Warning. Reactor breach detected. Security lockdown initiated. Bulkhead doors have sealed. Termination. Team, proceed to the reactor control station to initiate repairs. Reactor shutdown initiated. Verifying engineering credentials. Failed. Please stand by for security inspection. Security investigate the reactor area.
Reflection perks seem to be working more than usual at the minute. Nearly there. Turrets will be getting a buff in December as well. Don't know how I feel about that. No, I need to rip that cunting shit out of the game. Treat the player base with some decent respect.
Please stand clear of the doors.
I'm not gonna piss on it if it's on fire.
Unauthorized personnel detected in the operations center. Activating mainframe security protocol. All personnel descend the mainframe and secure the area. Fabricating replacement security personnel. Mainframe Integrity Act, 75%. Mainframe Integrity Act, 50%.
Need working through walls there. Another thing that won't be continuing. Well, that does make sense, that one. Ooh, health is not looking good. Stop shooting, mate. Leave me the fuck alone so I can heal you useless guns. Be able to hit me here anyway. Yeah, that's better.
Security teams to the Operations Center. Mainframe integrity compromised. Upholding security protocol. Engineering team.
Long last.
Operations Center for immediate repairs.
To rip fucking action points out of the game now.
Identify yourself.
All tampering detected in the facility's mainframe. Security teams to the storage area. Security teams to the storage area. Security incident in the storage area.
Yeah. No fucking idea. Quest item. No. I'm just gonna fuck myself then, shall I? So actually pressing the button. Okay. Get there eventually.
Sensor alert.
Right there.
Anomaly detected. Sensor alert. Anomaly detected.
Well, should be. Nice.
A level 4 security event is
Nice.
security incident resolved. Standing down.
What's going to sleep? We're nearly there. The lighting's not functioning properly. Wonderful.
You are about to be introduced to the USO!
Control room active. All stations standing by. Proceed to the launch control terminal to initiate the launch prep sequence.
I'm stuck. There we are. Off we go. Evening clockwork, how's it going?
Launch prep sequence initiated. All personnel take your stations. All personnel to stations. Assembling launch crew chiefs. Launch control chief active. Proceeding to stations. Action launch in progress. Security teams to the control room. Security teams to the control room. Assembling reinforcements.
Okay. Yeah, there are a couple more around here I need to get, aren't there? We don't need any more around there. Ooh. One random turret somewhere else in the building that doesn't seem to have gotten the message that I'm not around anymore. We should be ready to go.
Now constructing additional security units.
Rather hard on my eye, is that?
Launch prep at 25%.
Where'd you go?
Security Chief Guidance Officer active. Chief Targeting Officer active.
I suspect that one not being on there is going to be a problem. A big problem, but a problem. I wish I could destroy these myself, so or at least shove it back onto the bloody...
Protect and serve.
onto the point that it needs to be standing on. But fortunately, there's nothing I can do there. Also kind of annoying.
Additional security required. Launch prep at 50%.
You died. You are dead. Good.
Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search. Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search.
Where are you? Here you are. Gotcha.
All personnel to your stations.
That would be great, but unfortunately, this fucker's just standing over here like an absolute melon.
Scanning for hostiles.
Launch prep at 75%.
Anything else over here? Yeah. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Hopefully the pace will pick up any minute.
Fabricating replacement security personnel.
There we go.
launch prep complete. All systems nominal. Standing by for final authorization.
Nice. What's too shabby? Anyone know the code for Alpha? Let's have again. Nulls on it, nice. Oh. The game's wigging out. 317. Yeah. $80. 265.
Access granted.
Nice. Right. So I think the play is going to be Morgantown. I assume there will be somewhere in the Morgantown vicinity that I can fish. We'll be up that way, but I'd like to know. Yeah, they have extended it to Helvetia. Not to Bond Greens, interestingly. To be honest, though, that is probably a little bit better. Probably as good as that's going to get, I think. Hopefully I'll be able to find somewhere in there to fish. Off we go. He says, hopefully. Oh, he's got to see if he can get there in time to see the launch. Gotta be done. Probably kind of see it from my house, I guess. Not the actual silo opening, but the rest of it. Though I don't feel like I ran quite as far away from that launch tube as that lift came out. Yeah, up there somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe just about to see it disappear over the roof, over the trees. On a clear day. Much obliged, chaps. Do appreciate the codes there. All right. When Spain had no internet for 48 hours, even after telling company the telegraph pole carrying the optics was struck by lightning and destroyed, they tried to fix it remotely. Yeah, that won't go very well. Sure to find out why they couldn't fix it, just shook their heads. Yeah, I think a little bit of listening to what the guy who lives there had to say might have been a good idea, or go, either way. Tell you what, the Morgantown buildings do survive a direct nuclear strike surprisingly well, which makes me think his nukes are not actually all that effective. We still have telegraph poles everywhere I go. They don't carry fibre optic cables, but... usually stick those under the ground, but... There's anywhere really much closer I can get, is there, at this point? But, not for fast travelling, anyway. Same bit of wood. There were telegraph poles when they went in, and there's still telegraph poles now. Just call them the same thing. When I moved in here and had an internet connection put in, because a different provider was used by the previous tenant, and the company came to connect the internet up for me, actually had to put the physical wire in between the pole out back and my house. The guy had to put a ladder up the side of my house, connect the wire up, walk across the street, put the ladder up to the pole, and then pull the wire through him, literally with his arm. At least I assume it was his arm, anyway. To be fair, I was asleep at the time, so... Stuff exploding, bodies flying all over Gaff, glowing like crazy. Should bloody respawn a bit faster. Or at least just have the good grace to drop the materials I need. Nothing's alive, which is starting to look more and more like the case. I'll do my fishing. We'll do some slaughter later, maybe. Assuming anything respawns in the meantime. Somewhere down here, isn't there? The thing I'm looking for. Here. Close enough. Let's go. Lovely weather for water fishing. You got anything good there, though, do they? Arr. I think I did use common bait. No, I did use improved. You need to pay to take things to be recycled. I mean, it's absurd, but I could understand paying to have recycling collected from your house, maybe. Shouldn't be the case, but it vaguely makes some kind of logical sense. But if you go somewhere and then have to pay to drop it off, fuck no. Paid for by the polluting buggers who made the shit that you're dropping off in the first place. The oil companies. Council said they weren't asked. Have you asked the council? I would chase your local councillor about it if you push hard enough. Get it written. Especially as it's in line with the government's directive of rolling out full fibre anyway. So how about I just drop this on your shoes then, buddy, and fuck off. They tend to call that fly tipping though, don't they? Already getting bored of doing this. After all that. Like my rod ought to be good enough to do the job by now. The RNG getting between me and success is just kind of... I can't be asked to deal with it right now. Keep your old fucking trout. Do something good. Yeah, that makes more sense to be honest, Gray. We need to involve the player more in the casting process, I feel. Not just the... Basically, it's lockpicking with a different skin on it thing. Well, there's a bit more to it than lockpicking, to be fair. The movement, but... You know. I feel like they could have made it a lot more involved. Oh, that's interesting, Steve. Around here, the council is supposed to provide us with the means to recycle as part of our rest of our rubbish, but they don't. If I wanted them to provide me with a box, I would have to make the effort to ring up and get them to do that, which is completely worthless because they don't have a collection for it. So ultimately, it all gets chucked in the same wagon and goes in the same hole in the ground anyway. So the whole thing's a complete bloody farce. I'd say they should be, you know, fined for not doing what they should be doing, the council, but they haven't got any money anyway because they fucking blow it all in shite. Apparently. Projects that never go anywhere. Battery powered buns, yeah. It's like a Duracell advert. Did I get something good? I got an axolotl. Yay. I've got 2 scaled axolotls today. Yeah, next, I don't think anything of it does around here. Or back home either, I can't remember it. It's fucking insane. You read stories about companies that are supposed to recycle tyres and stuff, and they package them up and ship them off to be recycled, only for the recycling company just to send them straight over to India to be burnt. It's like, fucking hole in the ground would be better at that point. Another piranha, huh? Still neither of the fish I actually need. Give it a couple more goes and then we'll see if we can find some enemies to go whack. To round things out with. I don't suppose there's going to be a great deal of spawns that have happened while I've been here. Mostly because I am here. Preventing cells from reloading. Shite. One more then. 10 minutes to make wait. Yeah. Yeah, well, this is the last one I'm going to do anyway for this. It's a really unproductive effort that we're having here. Yeah, I seem to recall hearing about that actually, Steve. Rings a bell. No, nothing down here bothered respawning, did it? Is it so shit? I mean, fuck, I love the game, but sometimes it's so shit. That's a little better. Ionized meat on a robot. 5 stars. Oh dear, Gray. How many of these are live ones and how many are deaders? All fucking deaders, aren't they? Well, those ones are alive. Oh, you are fucking taking the piss. It's in my cornflakes is what they're doing. Oh, you missed. Fucking didn't. I swiped sideways right up against him. Why bother? Things that are not worth bothering with. Ay. Alright, trying to get hydration fluids out of a stone here. That's 11 a week right there then, Steve. Some of the stuff that I need there. Went and farmed up a load of cobalt flux the other week. So, stocking up's not a terrible idea. Couple of minutes left. and then make a mad dash for a server with a population greater than 1. Feels somewhat changed the vibe of being a ghoul in that I don't have to be in hazmat suit, power armor or anything and just wander around like this without it being an issue. Definitely approve. Come and get me, dumbass, I'm over here. After that, he's got an naffle anyway. Wonder how smacky locals coming and on pleasant weather are having. Checks out to me. I haven't got the time for this nonsense. A couple of bad guys up here though, I can get a quick wallop to. Oh, does ionized meat actually get used for anything other than irritating me? Never actually troubled to check it out. Suppose I don't have much luck here, but we'll give it a go. This is a strange thing that they don't glow, isn't it? Here we go. Big cloud over in the distance. A little bit just to make sure I'm in it here when I serve a hop. Non-perishable. Okay. I didn't know that. At least that's something. Still not much, but it's something.
Everything makes sense now. This is my place, my mission.
I don't see a whole lot of other players, but there are some, so we'll roll with it.
Meat cook sometimes dangerous. Makes lots of fire. If humans see fire, put out. Fire only good when touch meat. Or bad guys. Graham not expert at meat cook for humans. Need help. We meat cook together. But
yeah, burnt to a crisp, I would imagine.
Humans meat cook. Got it? Good. Meat cook take lots of work. Turn meat cooking stick. Stir meat cooking pot. Stop meat fires. But not just meat. Need wood, need greens, need critter bits. Okay, that one meat too.
And we're nearly there. 500 cards, only 2 glowing bug lurkers. Yeah, that is pretty annoying. Wouldn't have the patience for that crap.
Puny human arms can't turn meat long time. Need take break. Do something different. When arms get
Team
better,
FPS counters
go
moved.
back to meat. But no let meat sit long. Stopped meat is burned meat. Meat weak, meat weak, meat weak. Ha 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 ha! Meat weak.
Can't get critter chunks by area looting, which is very annoying.
Graham decide to meat cook in tall grass. Want meat cook close to nature. Graham learn grass and fire. Humans need kill fire if it hurt grass. Bad fire.
On we go.
Charlie makes lots of dirty piles. So watch out. Humans
Scoop
need
the stinky pile.
if don't want sick.
I haven't had much luck finding the greens this time. There's some more. Only 3, 4 of us this time, so just put the time in. Can't be on to a winner now.
Meat cook is in trouble. Need hustle.
Yeah, some progress made. It is a short event, this one, really.
Get sick if eat dirty meat. Charlie makes lots of dirty piles, so watch out. Humans need keep meat cooked clean if don't want sick.
Gotta be getting there, right? Yeah, there we go.
Cook is big win. Humans win meat week. Humans eat. Graham give prizes.
Round meat plushie. Oh, nice. Bigger than that you have. I'm really expecting that. Yo.
Graham's still happy and full from meat cook.
Off we go. Fix some cleaning mess, putting out fires and growing salad greens. Yeah, going for the crushes is normally annoying. I go for the greens usually. It's usually enough, but there's only a small crowd like that. I need to dive into a bit more. Catching us right in the end there, Addiction. How are we doing, Hokey? Evening, everyone. Hope you've had a good one. Bits tidied up. And if I do that, yeah, it's going to scrap, because of course it is. Terribly annoying, but what can you do? Blur put one of these, I'll do. Spare axolotls, haven't I? I could flog some. Or something. Spoiled meat, but okay. Bone mass, that's what I'm looking for. I don't care if it's full. Why would I give a crap? I'm not dealing with that shit right now. Bog that. I'm not in the mood for that. That's enough of that nonsense. I am not dealing with that bullshit right now. Cannot be bothered. Dailies and events, stocking up an improved bait. Nice. Yeah, outside of doing the dailies at the moment, I've done a few extra bits and pieces as well. A few extra challenges and a daily fishing thing. But not running around doing events, I haven't got the patience for that really. Do meat week while it's on, whilst I'm here anyway, but outside of that, it's just not exciting enough to, and the rewards aren't exciting enough either, to get me to really put the extra time in. Not at the moment. Still, we'll see what that, well, see what the next two updates are like, actually, because we've got a big overhaul to building, which should be cool. Definitely looking forward to that. And also, allegedly, an absolutely massive update in December, so that should be cool. Yeah. I'm guessing we might get a new region or something like that that is designed to be super crazy difficult. Because I don't think anything else would really come close to achieving the level of size and scale that they're kind of implying. So yeah, we'll have to see. I would guess that's what we'll be getting. Something along the lines of a big new region, probably with its own story and characters and stuff like that. And also a new raid. Probably on there as well. Maybe, if we're really lucky, we might even get Expedition tacked onto it too, but I don't suppose we'll get quite that much. I think the idea that it's going to be the biggest one ever, when you consider that Wastelanders is part of the the list of updates, is a bold claim, to say the least. But we'll see. You never know. I've been surprised before, occasionally. So we'll see. Yeah, that was all right. Decent bit of progress made today. Bit disappointing on the fishing front, but it's RNG. One day I'll get the gears or whatever it is that they're doing for that I need for a fishing rod to speed up the catch speed and then the reeling speed, and then I might actually have a chance with some of these more awkward fish. But yeah, either RNG will favour me or it won't, and I'm not going to go out of my way to encourage it to. Will a map update across all regions? Possible. Seems unviably large, so that's the thing. I don't imagine they'll change everything in there. Oh, just how far would they want to go with that? Change the season, maybe. Maybe get a nuclear winter and get some snow. But that would be a bit too monochromatic, I think. Or maybe they'll do like an equivalent to a custom world that you can load into, where everything is more challenging, and it is a nuclear winter setting, as in there's snow everywhere. We shall have to see. Yeah. Or maybe they'll come up with something we haven't thought of. Something completely weird and out of left field, which would be fun too, if they managed to come up with something like that. I'd be interested to see. Somebody was suggesting a possible trip to the Capital Wasteland as a maybe idea, which I suspect if they were going to do would be more like an expedition than anything else. But you never know. We could be heading out that way. Anyway, Capital Wasteland in 20 years after the bombs dropped would likely be quite the hellscape. So, you know, as a potential region to go to that will be very, 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 very deadly, who knows, it might not be the worst time. Because I don't know how the population of the Capital Wasteland did immediately after the bombs dropped, or whether they sort of filtered back into the area later. I would imagine they'd filter back in later because it's prime target, so who knows. Yeah, I don't for a minute imagine they'll get anywhere close to it being the biggest update they've ever done, but if it's big and you know, some cool stuff in it, I'll be happy enough with that. I'm going to assume it's just marketing speak, to be honest. Yeah, we'll see what it is. Hopefully it'll be cool. Anyway, folks, plan for the next couple of days will probably be jump into the altars again, I think. I know they've had some slightly bad press recently, the altars, but minor cock-ups for stuff. Their use of AI is problematic. And I thought, oh, we just used it for a bit of placeholder here and there and some emergency translations. You shouldn't have used it for anything ever. Not when it's generative AI anyway, which is exactly what they did use. So, yeah. I'm a bit annoyed about that, but I'll grit my teeth and bear it because it's a very, very minor use of it for the most part. So, it is what it is. But that's the plan for the next couple of days. I do need to do a build soon, so I shall have to find some time in the day to jump into that as well. But I'll figure that one out as and when. I've got a couple of bits and pieces, maybe possibly related to videos to do as well. At least one very short one that I've got in mind to do. I did a short today about the axolotl locations, and did a reminder about Meat Week the other day as well. So, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. There's a couple of bits to do anyway, so that should be fine. Sort of music fusion game. Yeah. There's a fair bit of that in there already. I am curious to see what they do though. Anyway. Yeah, that's the plan the next couple of days anyway, I think. See sort of how the video thing pans out. I was half expecting actually to, or am still half expecting them to announce that the PTS will open on Friday. So if they're going to do that, they'll probably announce it tomorrow. So we'll see. Maybe they'll push it back a bit further. Extra character customization is something they have talked about doing, so it could just be something that appears in one of these updates. Possibility. It has been mooted, discussed, and suggested that for ghouls and beyond, they do want to add some extra details in at some point. So, who knows? Maybe that will arrive. Be cool. Yeah, I'll just see what they've got. Anyway, folks, thank you all for hanging out. Hope you've had fun. You know where the buttons are if you haven't already. Like, subs, notification bell, all that good stuff. Social media links in the description if you want notifications that might actually arrive. And channel memberships are down below the stream as well if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. Blue join button and some other bits and pieces down there if you want to take a gander. I do very much appreciate. Yeah, we'll pick up the ulcers tomorrow and dive back into efforts to survive, because we sort of didn't make it last time, but we sort of went back and fixed that and just got through the door a little bit quicker. So we'll be picking up a new region tomorrow, the altars, which should be fun. So yeah, we'll see how that pans out. I have to make sure I focus quite firmly on actually progressing the core objectives, otherwise I might get a bit knackered. That's what happened last time. I didn't push on fast enough. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Look after yourselves, stay safe, have yourselves a good rest of your evening, good day tomorrow, all that good stuff. Look after yourselves, and yeah, I'll see you around about 8 o'clock tomorrow evening for a little bit of the altars. Should be good. So, until then, I'll see you next time. No, folks. See ya. Oh, there it is. Can't see the button right in front of me. No.
Thank you.